Ukraine's rightful place is in the Euro-Atlantic family. Ukraine's rightful place is in NATO. And over time, our support will help you make this possible. NATO stands with you today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes.
Well, let's get you more on Stoltenberg's visit to Kyiv. We can cross live to France 24's Gulliver Cragg, who's standing by. Gulliver, a clear message of support then from Jens Stoltenberg today towards Ukraine.
Yes, of course. Jens Stoltenberg, as Secretary General of NATO, is often more effusive in the kinds of promises he is making than some of the NATO member states. But that's music to the ears of the Ukrainian leadership to hear that their country's place is in NATO in the future. What they really want to hear, of course, is that they are going to be getting a membership action plan to join the alliance. That doesn't seem to be on the agenda as yet. But what Ukrainian leaders have taken to saying quite regularly lately is that their country is actually a de facto member of NATO in the sense that it's receiving so much military support from the alliance and also part of the Euro-Atlantic, as it were, defence family, especially in the sense that, as Ukrainian leaders, Ukrainians in general always like to say, but not only them, also some of their foreign partners, they feel like it's Ukraine that's holding the line against Russian aggression, not just for the sake of defending Ukraine, but for the sake of defending the whole of the democratic world. That's the kind of rhetoric that you hear in Kyiv. More concretely, this visit is, of course, happening on the eve of the 11th Ramstein meeting, the meeting at the Ramstein air base in Germany, where Ukraine's allies, NATO members and non-NATO members gather to discuss further steps towards providing yet more military support to Ukraine. Ukraine, as it has been for months now, is demanding sophisticated modern fighter jets, but also ammunition for its air defense systems. That's what Yuri Ignat, the spokesman for Ukraine's air defenses, was saying on Ukrainian television today. We are asking them not only for new, more sophisticated air defense systems, but also simply for more rockets for the ones that we've got, because, he says, they are running dangerously low, having had to defend throughout the winter against so many barrages of multiple Russian rocket strikes and drone attacks.
I mean, on the backdrop of Stoltenberg's visit to Kyiv today, there's been a lot of talk about a bright flash, Gulliver, that was seen over Kyiv. Ukraine's space agency saying it was probably a meteorite. What more do we know about that at this stage?
Yes, so this for once is something that appears to not have been a Russian attack. Of course, everybody's first thought when they saw the bright lights, and some people said they heard an explosion, though it certainly wasn't as loud as the kind of explosions that there are when there is a rocket strike on Kyiv. I didn't hear anything. People thought that it might be a Russian attack. Initially, local authorities in Kyiv said that it was air defense systems that were working. Then it was put out the information that there was a NASA satellite that had fallen to Earth, and then eventually the Ukrainian Space Agency said no, it wasn't any of those things, but it was a meteorite. Actually, the Ukrainian reaction to this has been mostly one of humour. There's all sorts of memes and jokes going around on the internet, riffing on the idea that it might actually have been aliens that landed. The one I like best has a picture of an alien looking at some Ukrainians, obviously expecting them to be scared or at least kind of impressed that aliens have landed. And the Ukrainian just says to him, "So how can we use this spaceship of yours against the Russians?"
All right, Gulliver, keeping us up to date on that bright light that appeared over Kyiv that's got a lot of people talking. Thank you for now, Gulliver.